Hey guys, I'm Dov, and today I'm back with more Total War Warhammer 2 online action. We're here today once again with the Fey Enchantress. She's going to be leading Bretonnia up against the Skaven. This is another replay from the recent tournament. You may have seen I showed off some replays before from this tournament. With Kark going up against some various players. This time we have one of the people that he was fighting, El Halcon. He's going to be going up against the Skaven. So let's go ahead and have a look here. Fey Enchantress leading the way. Front line of Spearmen at Arms, Battle Pilgrims. Yeah, very nice mixed front line. I really like to pick up Battle Pilgrims here. Knights of the Realm. We've also got plenty of Knights Errant, so plenty of numbers of Cav without any elite Cav. As for the Skaven, we've got a couple Warp Lightning Cannons, 3 units of Jezzails, including the Sharpshooters, Lord Skrulk up front leading the way, some Slave Spears, some Clan Rat Spears, and some Storm Vermin with Halberds, along with 2 Rat Ogres. So yeah, pretty good stuff. Interesting to not see a Doom Wheel or any Doom Flayers. I mean, it is a little bit refreshing to not see any Doom Flayers, but the Doom Wheel is definitely one pick that I would highly recommend in this matchup. This Bretonnian build doesn't really have the tools to deal with Doom Wheels or Flayers super effectively, so if the Skaven player had brought them, it would be pretty tough for Bretonnia, but as it is, he's relying more on ranged firepower to get the work done. You can see the Jezzails coming forward. The Fey Enchantress was kind of just tanking some of that missile fire. She, of course, does have heavy magic resistance, missile, and physical resistance, so resistant to all types of damage. 35% to non-magic missiles, and 75% against magic missiles. So yeah, all of this fire will do some damage to her, but not as much as it would otherwise. You can see the Warp Lightning Cannon has trained over onto these Knights Errant. 700 point unit, that is. Not too expensive, so it's honestly not the biggest deal if these guys take some shots on the way in. Likewise, they're going to charge into these Skaven slaves here. Skaven slaves don't have charge defense, so they can just face charge them and be just fine. Will actually be quite effective there. You can see the Peasant Archers just about up into range, and the main line of Bretonnian Cav is also just about into range as well. We've got Defenders of the Fleur-de-Lis here, the Regiment of Renowned Knights Errant, also charging in the front line. And yeah, between all these peasants and all these knights, it is going to be a brutal impact onto this front line of Skaven slaves. They're not going to hold up for too long. Skrulk already summoning up some clan rats to try and protect his weapons teams. You can see all across the line here, very impactful charges. The weapons teams are going to have a hard time. Skaven slaves won't really hold up to a mass cav charge like this. So we'll see. Looks like Blessed with Filth over here to get some poison just to make sure that these units get slowed down and, bogged down and everything. You can see the Cav kind of pulled out as the more powerful spear troops, that Storm Vermin and so forth, started to come forward. That being said, the Archers for Bretonnia are also coming forward and starting to make their presence felt as well. Those Knights over on the far side did end up getting routed off, but at the same time they were able to kind of disrupt this flank a little bit here. Battle Pilgrims getting into the fight, duking it out with Storm Vermin. Not going to be the best engagement for Battle Pilgrims, but they'll do okay. Over here we've got Rat Ogres matched up against some Knights. These are Knights of the Realm, so of course they do have anti-large with some Peasants supporting with their spears. Should be pretty effective. Meanwhile, if we take a look across the main line, you can see the Peasant Archers pouring in fire onto the weapons teams, which is exactly what they need to be doing. Weapons teams only have 70 armor, the Sharpshooters that is. They do have missile block chance, but firing from the side won't really matter too much. But yeah, the Knights just very aggressively trying to disrupt this back line, trying to make sure that these missile units can't continue to just fire with impunity, because they're doing a lot of damage right now. Defenders of the Fleur-de-Lis barely coming back from rout. And yeah, the Bretonnian infantry is having a little bit of a good time. It's hard to say. Storm Vermin are definitely going to be tough cookies, but the rest of the infantry, Bretonnia should be able to get through relatively easily. Over here, these Clan Rat Spears pursuing the Peasant Archers in the back line, trying to compromise. Now you can see the Peasant Archers are going to be focusing on the Warp Lightning Cannon, which is once again very good target. Warp Lightning Cannon crew has only 30 armor, so they will get taken out very quickly by those missiles. Skrulk continuing to just throw bodies at the Bretonnians. More Clan Rat summons just to make sure they can't get any units to try and get back here in melee. But honestly, the missile fire is going to be a lot at this point. You can see these Knights Errant unfortunately routing off. A lot of the Bretonnian cav is very, very beat up, which is, to be expected. There's a lot of counter cavalry shooting here. But these Knights of the Realm Knights Errant here do have a bit of a good line. They can come in here, start to disrupt these Knights of the Realm here as well, getting into the sharpshooters. Very good charge there, shutting down those weapons teams, and they can go continue to push them off along with these other units on the side here. It is going to be a bit tough. There are some Rat Ogres here, Jezzails, and this other Warp Lightning Cannon that all need to be compromised as well. There is another relatively healthy unit of Knights of the Realm here, chasing off some of those Warp Lightning Cannons. Looks like some healing from the Fae, trying to keep those Knights Errant fighting, at least for a little bit, but it's definitely going to be pretty tough. That being said, the rest of the pocket for the Skaven is a little bit collapsing here. The Storm Vermin are just getting ground down through sheer numbers, and yeah, it's not looking great. They do have these clan rats sort of running around the back line here, but it looks like some peasants will be able to shield them, screen them out, and sort of spring those archers loose, as it were. Yeah. Knights of the Realms continuing to do their thing, running around various shock charges. Over here, the Warp Lightning Cannon crew and various other weapons teams getting disrupted quite nicely. Looks like they are also going to get a Bless with Filth. There are some clan rats in here. The Rat Ogres also got that Bless with Filth as well. So yeah, those Bretonnian Cav in that pocket going to have a tough time. These Knights of the Realm do have some heavy lifting to do, but you can see the fire now raining in on Storm Vermin with halberds. It's pretty good. Balance power still so far almost completely even, but the Skaven support is getting pretty light. A lot of their non-summoned units getting pretty low. Skrulk's pretty healthy still, but nice side charge here from these Knights Errant. Going to get into these Skaven Slave Spears, do some good damage. Does look like, unfortunately, we have Jezzails coming back from rout, but they almost immediately rout off again. A little bit unfortunate, but yeah, these archers now could probably start focus firing on those Rat Ogres. Even, yeah, Storm Vermin are also a good pick. Obviously, the ones without shields don't have a missile block chance, and through sheer volume of fire, you can definitely kind of work them down over time. And yeah, Knights of the Realm going to charge into the Rat Ogres here. Their anti-large bonus and charge bonus with a clean charge like this, they should be able to beat down what's left of these Rat Ogres. Yeah, you can see the health just tanking there on those Rat Ogres. A very nice side shot from that Warp Lightning Cannon, though, just took out quite a few of those models. They really need these Rat Ogres to rout so they can turn around and go after that Warp Lightning Cannon, but you can see the arrows pouring in now, actually just disrupting the cannon, blowing one up, actually. Kind of makes sense, you know, the fire arrows like burning these wooden contraptions to the ground. But anyway, another summon from Lord Skrulk, going to keep the bounce power from getting too far out of hand, but at this point, it's looking pretty clearly in Bretonnia's favor. We're going to fast forward a little bit through this late game, as it is sort of just these clan rats and Lord Skrulk holding out. There's pretty much nothing else left, so yeah. We'll watch these filthy peasants duke it out with the rats. Battle Pilgrims in here, they'll cut through clan rats just fine. Also got some peasants in here supporting as well. Just all filth, pure filth all the way around. Everything is gross, and you know, just throw in pox arrows to make it extra gross, because why not, right? Also, clan rats are just about done, and that should be game. So very well played to both players. Hope you guys enjoyed watching that one. It's always a good time to see Bretonnia triumph, especially against new Skaven. Like I said, I do think this build lacked Doom Wheels and Doom Flares, either of which could have been a huge pain for this Bretonnia build to deal with, because there wasn't really a lot of direct tools for dealing with Doom Wheels. You know, obviously, if you can isolate them with like Mass Knights of the Realm, you know, fire arrows, I guess not weak to fire, but just in general, mass arrows can work okay against Doom Wheels. But yeah, personally, I would probably cut. It's hard to say. I might honestly cut down one of these Jezzail teams and one of the Warp Lightning Cannons and just bring some Doom Wheels and maybe some Flares, kind of depending on the cost. But yeah, just in general, I do think that the large armored heavier units for the Skaven, the Doom Wheels and the Flares, Bretonnia can have a bit of a hard time taking care of them sometimes. But as the army breakdown happened, of course, you'd expect quite a few kill totals across the board for Bretonnia, and that is the case. 58 there for men-at-arms, not bad. 130 for some Battle Pilgrims, 77 and 86 here. 111 on these Knights Errant, 175 here. The Knights of the Realm getting an XP Chevron, 109, 114 on these guys. So, yeah, the Bretonnian Heavy Cavalry, just because he brought so many numbers of Heavy Cavalry, was able to push through the missile tools that the Skaven had brought to the field, really just get to the back line and flush everything out. So, very nicely done by El Halcon. Like I said, always nice to see Bretonnia triumph, especially in this matchup. But I will say this, I do think that the Skaven would have benefited greatly from bringing a Doom Wheel, either Icket on his Doom Wheel, or just a regular Doom Wheel. Even the Wheels of Doom can be quite good here. But just the large armored units, you know, you have armor piercing, you have a good missile attack, you can provide the terror as well. That was a big weakness of that Skaven build, is there's no terror, and of course Bretonnian infantry you can terrify away very easily. So if you can get rid of the support of the knights, it's a lot easier to focus on the knights themselves. And the Doom Wheel is definitely a tool for doing that. Of course, Doom Flayers, being a little bit OP, are good, probably better than they should be against, especially like mid-tier heavy cavalry like Knights of the Realm. And, you know, anything heavier than that, they will probably get punished, but, I mean, the Bretonnian player will getting punished for bringing elites, right? Because you have so much shooting. So would definitely recommend, if you're going to go with like I would go with something like this, like grab a missile core of the Warp Lightning Cannon, sharpshooters, and one more unit of Jezzails. And then I would definitely bring probably one unit of Doom Flayers and one Doom Wheel as well. You know, you could toss in Skrulk there, you know, whatever else you want to bring. But just in general, I would recommend bringing one of these two, if not both, in this particular matchup. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you do like this sort of content, be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell notification button, so every time I upload a new video, you'll be notified. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.